My name's Captain Matt Edwards. I captain the RV Apalachee. It's a 63-foot aluminum catamaran. It's powered by two John Deere diesels that are 500 horsepower each. We carry 2,244 gallons of fuel on the boat, which allows us to really step offshore and stay out for up to 6 days at a time. The Apalachee is a great working platform because it allows researchers to cover vast amount of distances from deep water all the way to shallow water. And it allows us to get all types of research completed. With our location in the Big Bend, we're the only boat of this size that can do research from Tampa all the way over to Biloxi, which is nice because we're able to cover a lot of ground and people can come and rent our boat and they don't have to take a slower boat from somewhere else. We can accomplish a lot more work quicker and cheaper. And we do a lot of work with Dr. Dean Grubbs, who does all the deep sea shark surveys.
I'm Dean Grubbs. I'm faculty and the Associate Director of Research here at the FSU Coastal Marine Laboratory. My research lab focuses on fisheries management and conservation associated research primarily with sharks and rays. In 2013, FSU made the investment to build the RV Apalachee, and it proved to be invaluable to our work in the deep sea. The advantages of the Apalachee are that one, it's maneuverable, it's fast, it's a very stable platform for us, and between the reduced cost and the increased speed, we're actually able to do about 4 times as much research in the deep sea. We've actually worked down to 2,000 meters or 7,000 feet deep, so more than a mile deep, bringing up some of these crazy, poorly known deep sea sharks and other fish. In fact, we've even discovered new species of sharks while aboard the RV Apalachee. So it's really been a boon to the Marine Lab, greatly increasing our capabilities.
So over here is the RV Apalachee, and right here is the big back deck that we have for the boat. This is a great work platform for all researchers. As you can see, we have a Van Veen right here. So this is a Van Veen grab. What we would do is launch this off the back deck by raising it with that winch through the A-frame and extending the A-frame out. Once it's over the boat, we'll send it down. It'll go down like this until we get slack in the cable. Once there's slack in the cable, it's hit the bottom, and we'll pull this up, and it grabs a scoop of the ocean floor. Then we'll start pulling it in, and we'll retrieve it back onto the deck by lifting it up, putting the A-frame in, and putting it right here. From this point, we'll have a bucket under here, and we'll open this up, and your sample will fall right out into a bin, and you can look and see what's in it. And then we will move on to the wet lab. Let's walk into the RV Apalachee's wet lab. In here you'll find a saltwater washdown and a freshwater washdown, as well as a deep freezer. This is where scientists come in and they take off all their wet clothes and they leave all their nasty gear in here, and then they come into the dry lab. The dry lab is like their mobile office. This is where they record all their data onto computers and they store and file anything else that they could possibly need. There is also another refrigerator in here for food storage. We'll walk into the galley now, and the RV Apalachee has a full galley, which means it has a sink, refrigerator, microwave, and stove and oven. We also have a full head with shower and toilet and sink, which is nice whenever you're offshore for 5 or 6 days. You need to be able to take a shower. In here we have the RV Apalachee's crew room. It sleeps 4 people, but they also hot bunk, which means they'll have 8 scientists who work on the boat, but 4 will be sleeping and 4 will be working. Then they'll rotate and the other 4 will be sleeping while the other 4 are working. We also have the RV Apalachee's dining table. This is where the crew sits and eats, and they also sometimes sleep there. Let's make our way up to the RV Apalachee's wheelhouse and we'll see what's going on up there. So this is the captain's chair for the RV Apalachee. This is where we sit and we steer the boat. There's also radar, sonar, and GPS on the boat. The radar we use to be able to see things on the water surface miles away, and the sonar allows us to get the depth from the bottom of the boat to the ocean floor. And the GPS gives us an exact location of where we are at any time on the water. We also have a hard compass built into the boat, and the Apalachee was designed to have backup steering. So we have a steering wheel and a joystick. Having that also gives us the opportunity to have autopilot, in which we can point the boat in one direction, hit a button, and it will stay that course and go. Over here we have our chart table. Also behind that is where the captains sleep. It's a bunk bed that allows us to get rest whenever we've been out here for 4 or 5 days. We also have 2 VHF radios. We normally stay on 16 or 68. The RV Apalachee also has cameras throughout the boat so that we can be sitting in the wheelhouse and monitor what's going on. It's a great place to work. You always get to look out these windows and see really cool stuff. Alright guys, let's go to the RV Apalachee's top back deck. Alright guys, we're up here on the Apalachee's top deck. Up here we have 2 12-man life rafts as well as 16 adult life jackets. We have our knuckle boom up here. We also have our hydraulic winch and a stern steering station for the captain up here. The knuckle boom, we use it for all different types of research and to be able to load and unload the boat. The stern steering station is where the captain steers the boat and he observes work being done on the back deck from that position. All right guys, let's go down to the RV Apalachee's starboard engine room. Normally we wouldn't bring people down here, but we brought you guys down here to see this is one of 2 944 kW Northern Light diesel generators that are on the RV Apalachee that allow us to have power while we are away from the dock. Also down here is one of 2 500 horsepower John Deere diesels that power the RV Apalachee and allow it to go with a regular cruising speed of 12 to 15 knots. All right guys, thanks for coming and looking at the RV Apalachee. If you have any questions or anything, come down to the waterfront. I'll be right here myself. I can answer all the questions that you have. For right now, I'm going to be loading up for Dr. Dean's Grubbs deep sea shark research. Until then, you'll have a good day.